The man who waited 40 years to win and why he was right. Everyone told him to move, to act, to fight, to stop watching from the sidelines while other men took everything. He waited anyway, and when he finally moved at 57 years old, when most men have already accepted what their life is, he won in a single day. Then ruled Japan for 250 years through his family alone. His name was Tokugawa Ieyasu, and he understood something about power that almost no one alive today has been taught. The year was 1547. Ieyasu was 5 years old. His father was a minor lord in a Japan torn apart by warlords. To secure an alliance, the family sent the boy as a hostage, a common practice, a ruthless one. A child delivered to strangers as collateral for a promise. He spent the next 12 years as a hostage, first to one clan, then another. He watched powerful men make decisions. He watched them win and lose. He watched what pride cost them. He watched what impatience cost them. He learned to raid rooms. He learned to raid people. He learned, above everything, to raid time. When he was finally free, Japan was already ablaze. Oda Nobunaga was burning his way to the capital. Toyotomi Hideyoshi was rising. The country was being reshaped by men who moved fast, acted decisively, left no survivors. Ieyasu allied with Nobunaga, not because he was weak, because he understood that Nobunaga was a fire, useful if you stood close enough, fatal if you stood in front of it. He fought alongside him. He absorbed what he could. He waited. Nobunaga was assassinated in 1582. Hideyoshi took power. Ieyasu watched, aligned again, fought where he was needed, made himself useful without making himself a threat. He waited. Hideyoshi died in 1598. The country held its breath. Everyone knew what came next, a war for everything. The generals chose sides. Old alliances collapsed overnight. Ieyasu moved. On the 21st of October, 1600, at a valley called Sekigahara, two armies collided. 80,000 men on one side, 70,000 on the other. The largest battle in Japanese history. It lasted 6 hours. Ieyasu won. 3 years later, he became shogun, the supreme ruler of Japan. His family would hold that title for the next 250 years, through 15 generations, until the modern era. He was 57 years old when it began. The men who had called him slow, the men who had called him cautious, the men who had moved fast and burned bright and taken everything they could reach, most of them were dead. Ieyasu outlasted them all. He once said, "The strong, manly ones in life are those who understand the meaning of the word patience." He did not mean endurance. He did not mean suffering quietly while the world happened to you. He meant something precise and ruthless, the ability to choose your moment instead of accepting the moment that was given to you. Every man who rushed into someone else's trap. Every man who acted on urgency acted on someone else's timeline. Every man who needed to win now was controlled by that need. Ieyasu needed nothing now. That was his weapon. There is a version of patience that is just fear, dressed in noble language. The person who never acts, never commits, never risks, and calls it wisdom. That was not Ieyasu. He trained constantly. He studied. He built alliances with the patience of someone laying stones across a river one at a time, knowing the crossing would come. He was not waiting for permission. He was building the conditions under which winning was inevitable. When Sekigahara came, he did not hesitate for a single moment, because the hesitation had already happened. Years of it, decades of it, in private, in preparation. in the discipline of a man who refused to be rushed by anyone else's sense of urgency. You have been told that patience is a virtue, but that is not quite right. Patience is a strategy. The most aggressive strategy available to someone who is willing to think past the next 30 days. The men who needed to win last year are gone. The question is not whether you are moving fast enough. The question is whether you are building something that will still be standing when everyone who rushed ahead of you has already burned out. Ieyasu waited 40 years. He won for 250. What are you actually building, and are you willing to give it the time it requires?